George Pell rose through the ranks to become Australia's most powerful ever Catholic.
You're a filthy bloody monster!
But it's his place as the highest-ranking Catholic to be convicted of child sex abuse, which gained him international notoriety. He spent 404 days in solitary confinement before his convictions were quashed in 2020.
Terrible crimes have been committed in the Church's name. I think it's a bit ironic that I'm the figurehead, the scapegoat, that has copped most of this because of what I did very, very early in '96 to set up the Melbourne response.
The so-called Melbourne response was Pell's effort to establish a protocol for investigating allegations of sexual abuse within the Archdiocese. Victims said it lacked independence and, in particular, compassion. Something Pell was accused of lacking during Australia's highest form of inquiry into institutional responses to child sexual abuse, which he reluctantly returned from Rome to front.
We are not interested in denying the extent of misdoing in the Catholic Church. We object to it being exaggerated. We object to being described as the only cab on the rank.
The 5-year investigation found Pell knew children were being sexually abused in the 1970s. It found he ignored the crimes of a man who would go on to become known as Australia's worst paedophile priest.
With the experience of 40 years later, certainly I would agree that I should have done more.
There are many people who hold him at least indirectly responsible for many of the problems which have assailed the Australian Church over the past 20 or 30 years, and who think that, who wish that he'd been called to account in a fuller way for some of his decisions as Archbishop.
Pell was outwardly unfazed by his blighted image, saying ultimately there is only one judgment he would accept.
That whatever about these earthly trials, there was one judgment which I really have to pass, and that's when I slip off this mortal coil.
He died in Rome after undergoing hip surgery. He was 81. Liz Maddock, TRT World.